Thank you for watching The Gigi Show, and I'm your host, Gigi Seon. It all started at the age of 6, when she would cut pieces of fabric to make dresses for her Barbie doll. Although she is up and coming, her designs have been featured in New York Fashion Week and worn by Yandy Smith from Love and Hip Hop. So in case you're wondering, I'm wearing Bchris Couture by Baaba Christian. Hi Baaba, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. So instead of doing what most girls do at the age of 6, you were cutting fabric and making dresses for Barbie dolls. Where did that come from?
I remember watching my mom get ready and get dressed up a lot, and I always wondered what it would be like to create those garments that she would wear. And instead of me like sitting down and watching TV, I'd rather sew or make clothes for my Barbie and design. I couldn't sit down and watch TV or do anything else. That was my passion, designing.
So where did you receive your training in fashion, and what were some of the things that you studied?
Before I actually started studying for fashion and training professionally, I feel like it's always been a gift from God. It's a talent that God has blessed my hands with. But to answer your question, I studied in SUNY Westchester, and then I also studied at York College. But one thing that helped me is that at an early age, I entered a program in my high school, which focused on fashion and creativity for high school students.
Okay. As a daughter of a diplomat, you were fortunate enough to live among a variety of cultures. Tell us more about your experiences with culture and fashion.
As in today or just overall?
Overall.
I think from an early age, I remember going to the United Nations and seeing different countries wearing different clothing, whether it's like the kimono from Japan or the sari from India. And I always wanted to, create something different because I experienced different culture. Just always, it influenced my decision making when it came to creativity for the future. And for now, I think one of the main things is the African fabric, which I really focus on that, and I think culturally is so beautiful in designing.
So in 2009, Bchris Couture was founded by you. So who or what wears Bchris Couture?
Bchris Couture stands for Baaba Christian, which is me, Bchris, and what it is it specializes in creating African couture, but with a modern flair for all shapes and sizes. And Bchris conveys any woman that likes style, poise, and class. And I think it caters to anybody that likes to look good in all different shapes and sizes. But as well, they like to stand out as well.
So it's mostly women who wear your clothes at the moment,
Yes.
and not men.
Yeah, mostly right now it's women. But all the men that I know are like, when are you going to start making stuff for men? But eventually, I think in the next 2 to 3 years, I'm going to start for men.
For men. Have you planned out your designs for the men? Or
A couple, but nothing set in stone yet.
Okay. How do you come up with these creative designs and ideas?
I know most of the time I dream about them. Like if I'm sleeping, I dream about it. So when I wake up, I would sketch it and I go straight to making it. Or sometimes I just go straight to make it. I kind of feel like it's like like a fever. Like if I don't make it or design it, I still kind of feel like, it's like it's in my mind, I gotta get it out.
Okay. Do they also interconnect with your culture background?
Absolutely. A lot of the designs are inspired by growing up in Ghana. And I remember a lot of the designs that my mom or my grandma would wear. And of course, fashion recycles over and over. So I like to create things that I've seen before based on things I've seen growing up in Ghana in the past.
Okay. How do you stay up to date with fashion?
I stay up to date to fashion with reading magazines, watching my favorite celebrities and what they wear, and just keeping up with, current events.
So what other places have your designs been featured?
It's been featured in local magazines, and it's also been worn by some local celebrities as well, and some in Ghana as well.
Okay, where do you find your motivation in your work?
Motivation will definitely have to come from my parents. My parents have always been hard workers, and I think they inspire me to keep going because when you watch how hard they work, and I just kind of feel like I have to continue their legacy and keep working as hard as they worked as well.
Okay. What skills do you think are important for a fashion designer?
I think before you have skills, you have to have faith, something that you believe in, whatever your creed is, whether it's being a Christian, a Muslim, but mine is being a Christian, and my faith is what keeps me going. Because, faith without deeds, it's not going to happen. So, personal skills, I think, are definitely being humble, also being determined and stern, because there are people that are going to tell you that your stuff is not good enough. There are people that are not going to believe in you. There are people that are going to be jealous. Right. But I think you always have to believe in yourself and keep going. And in terms of hands-on skills, I think being able to sew, being able to sketch, being able to have an eye for color, contrast, and the different elements of design.
How do you deal with criticism?
I just ignore it. I don't really take it personal because I know how far I've come. And I know how far I'm going to go. So I don't really listen to that.
So where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
In 5 to 10 years, in my personal life, I hope to get married, have children. And in terms of business-wise, I hope that Bchris Couture is something that's going to be worn around the world by men and women.
Speaking of marriage and children, are you dating anyone?
I know the question that's coming. Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice. So we have a mannequin here. What inspired you to make this?
I think this one, my favorite color is blue.
Okay.
So I just think that it's just inspired by the color blue. I don't know anything else besides. I think it was just like the different shades of blue.
Okay. And most of your designs are like bandeau tops and stuff like that. What inspires you to make those instead of like long sleeve dresses and stuff?
I like the bandeau top look because I do remember growing up in Ghana, and a lot of the clothing that the dancers would wear will be like things that they would just tie around without actually stitching it. So I thought about how can I make that in a sewing form, like a stitch form, something that is ready to wear, but you don't have to physically tie it or tie it around you. So I think that's why I like the bandeau look, and it's in season.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice. I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on the Gigi show, Baaba Christian. It was a pleasure having you and a pleasure knowing more about your background and about Bchris Couture.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching the Gigi show. I appreciate you all for watching. Stay tuned for next episode.